All right, good morning. Today is the regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of Selectmen. It's December 17th and it's 8:31 a.m. Before you, you have today's agenda. Oh, shoot, there is one. Sorry, I didn't bring it with me. There are two, no. Oh, thank you. Thank you. There are two amendments to today's agenda that I'd like to make to start. The first is for the reappointments to the Zoning Board of Appeals. I just wanted to add two additional people, Cynthia Dull and Jessica Corden, as alternate members for 2 years terms ending December 1st, 2025.
So,
And then the second thing is the addition of the New Canaan Rink, an approval of a request from the Department of Public Works to reimburse New Canaan Ice Rink for the following purchases: United Ice Rink, $12,000, and Thin Ice Management, $40,000.
so moved.
Second.
Thank you. Then if I could get a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
So moved.
Second.
It's unanimous. Thank you. And then the minutes from our regularly held meeting on December 3rd, 2024. I know we have one amendment that you wanted to make, Amy.
Yeah, I do. Of course, I don't have the language in the,
You know what?
Tucker, do you have the language?
Yeah.
Thanks.
And so we'll just.
Yep. Just that last sentence you would say right down at the bottom. So we adding that sentence in, right?
We can talk about it
Yeah.
after you make
Okay.
your amendment.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
So I think I think what we're gonna
Yeah.
put is this, actually this first paragraph.
Yeah.
It's the original project.
Yeah, so the reason I just wanted to make a quick clarification in the minutes, and this has to do with item, in the right place, I have to go back. Hold on a second. Yeah, with regards to the Irwin House. Yep, sorry. Yep. Irwin House. With regards to the Irwin Barn, is to just make it a little bit more clear, because the way the project worked is that we approved the roof, and then with many renovations, you go in and there's a problem afterwards, and we had structural issues as well. So the cost went up, and then we did discuss what the overall cost was to fix the roof and do the windows and do the painting.
Tucker,
So
do you have that schedule with you that you had? I think it's probably just easy if we lay it out that way, those two, just, yeah, the two separate things. And those have your notes on it too. Right?
yes.
So, and then
This is
yeah,
the painting.
and then this is,
That's what
okay,
Tony said.
perfect.
I think it was saying,
So I think what she said was the first authorization in 2022. Why don't we just write it this way? The first authorization in 2022 was for $221,400 for the roof. Then there was a second authorization in 2024 for $250,000, and those were structural repairs. And then there was a transfer in, there were two transfers in that were in the amount of $31,950.16 and $58,683.29. So that total was the $562,033.45. But there was a previously approved work done on the barn for the painting in the amount of $23,700. And those were in 2019. Those are 2018 and 19.
it was 100, yeah, it was 100,
And then 101,485 for the windows that were in 2018, 2019 as well. So then the total all in.
in combination.
Right. That we didn't, that extra, those two extras were not discussed, or we can't find them on the minutes or the video. So we'll just add that to today's meeting minutes.
Yes, we did. We did talk about the cost. So in the whole point, we're just trying to let people know how much it
Right.
costs to renovate the barn
Right.
in
So
total. So,
to all in with the schedule we got at our last meeting, plus these two other approved
previous renovations.
yes, in 1819. The total spent to date is 687. 687,000.
687,000.
Yep.
Yep.
We're amending, we should,
I think we should amend it in, because what it says is that, the original project budget was 562,000. That's not correct. I think what we need to say is that the original roof budget was,
well, the 221 plus the 250.
yeah.
And these were transfers in.
Yeah, well, the original roof budget was 220,
71,400.
and subsequent structural issues required an additional 250,000. And not transfer, authorization. Further, between painting and windows, we had spent another 125,000. So
Right, 'cause there were
people
two
could, and then people
budgeted
could add it
amounts.
up, you know?
Right.
So that, it basically, that has all been invested in the barn. So the investments in the barn have totaled the original 250,000 that was approved for the roof, additional approvals of,
Those are for today though.
Yeah.
So we have to have what we're putting in the minutes from last week
Exactly.
and then what we're putting in today
okay.
as
okay.
comments.
Okay,
So the comments have to be separate from
all right.
the minute approval. So that's why I think, I'm not sure, I don't remember, and we couldn't find it yet. So we'd have to go back and watch the video, but we couldn't find these two earlier, the painting in the windows. So can we, for last,
Yeah. For
For-
this, yeah.
for just the minutes from last agenda,
Mhm.
from the last meeting, use the 562,033.45, because we did talk about the two budgeted items plus the transfers in that were approved after, because one
Okay,
was
can I just suggest we take original project budget out? Just say, it has been noted that the project budget was 560,
Okay.
because I don't think
Yep.
it's the original.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're right. It was two different
Yeah.
years and you're right. Okay.
and 270,000 has been spent to date. Okay,
December 3rd, the only thing we're recommending is taking out quarterly.
Right. And then for today.
Yeah.
For today, in the discussion of the minutes.
Yeah.
Add in,
so in combination with the previous funds spent for the windows and the painting, the town has invested just over $687,000 to renovate the facility. Okay, great. Sorry for the
no,
confusion.
no. That's important. Okay, so do I have a motion to approve the amended minutes first? Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
It's unanimous. And then we don't need to approve the addition because we don't have those. Yeah,
Okay, got it. Thank you.
so we'll do that. Okay. Any other amendments besides those three? The two for me and one for me. Okay.
That was enough.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So then can I get a motion to approve the amended minutes?
So moved.
Second.
It's unanimous.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, I'm confused.
Well,
You have to amend them. You have to
Yeah.
amend them first. Well, actually,
Okay.
no, you have to amend them and approve the amendments and then approve them as amended.
So the
So-
second time that it's Steve and Amy.
Yes,
Yes.
so just reverse it. Okay, sorry.
Thank you.
Here we go. If we're not totally confused by this point.
We're not.
Public comments. Members of the public are welcome to approve comments to the Board of Selectmen on agenda topics scheduled for review and or vote. Comments submitted electronically should be sent to the following email address, bosdistribution@newcanaanct.gov. Do I have any comments from the public? Okay. Moving on. Albie, fire apparatus.
Good morning, all.
Good
Morning.
morning.
There you go. Fire department is requesting approval for the purchase to have a purchase order for Northeastern Fire Apparatus not to exceed 17,000 for various apparatus repairs and maintenance. This is the regular service that we do each year.
What kind of apparatus are you?
These are the engines, the pumpers.
Oh,
Yeah,
the actual.
yeah, this company handles our two pumpers that were built by Spartan Marion.
So it's just your normal maintenance where they go through.
This one's normal. Yeah, these are normal maintenance annuals.
So it's the actual vehicles, right? The vehicles. or-
Yep, vehicles, fire apparatus. Yep.
Do you
two
want-
pumpers.
just Clarify, that's vehicles?
I think,
Is it-
yeah, for those of us who aren't firemen, we're like, what is that?
Firefighters.
17,000 for apparatus vehicle repairs and maintenance. How's that?
That helps.
Okay,
But-
great.
Is there anything else that you refer to as apparatus? I mean, are ladders and
Yeah.
other equipment?
The apparatus is pretty much on wheels.
Oh, it
So
is.
yeah, anything on
So
wheels.
that's a fire term.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
if that's a fire term, then we can just.
We
leave
can
it.
just leave it. It just.
We learned something
something today.
Or fire apparatus repairs and maintenance.
Okay, I'm good now that I know. I'll try not to ask again, but I
Oh
might
my
forget.
God.
I might forget. Okay,
Thank you.
Thanks, Alan.
all right.
Thanks.
So if I could get a motion to approve a purchase order request from the fire department with Northeastern Fire Apparatus in an amount not to exceed $17,000 for apparatus repairs and maintenance.
So moved.
Second.
It's unanimous.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alan.
Hey, information technology, Chris.
Fun words like that.
You usually
You
do
can make
that.
them up.
Shush.
We don't have IT apparatus.
Like everybody makes a noun, a verb, a noun now. So just,
On Amy. Oh, good morning. The Information Technology Department is looking to get approval for the contract. It's the final of the three. We did a 3-year with total. It's the annual software lease support contract for Cisco SmartNet. And that covers all of our voice and all the voice systems, all the servers, all the gateways, all that stuff. So it's next year we'll go back out and see what we can do for bid for getting it down a little lower. This year we did, just to let you know, doing it this way, it saves I think it's more than that, but it's $5,000+ a year if we do it on a 3-year basis. When you do it year by year, they really puts you to it. So
And when we do this contract, does this just cover all the town hall related fire, those buildings, or are the school buildings included as well?
school as well, everybody in the district. Yep.
Okay, that's just good. to
Good
know.
question. Yeah, right. Yep.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Any other?
Great.
Okay. If I could get a motion to approve a request from the Information Technology Department to enter into a contract with Total Communications in the amount of $54,621.15 for the annual Cisco SmartNet system.
So moved.
second.
It's unanimous. And I
Thank you.
just note this is the
Thank you.
final payment for a 3-year contract. Thank you, Chris. Blanket purchase order.
It's
Morning.
So this first one is for a blanket purchase order for RKW surveying for various surveying work in town. We had previously contracted with them earlier in the year for $5,400 for some work for the Waveney Woodland Plan. And we had a couple of carryover POs from last year, the work that wasn't completed. And now we're looking to do some work over for some walkway over by Douglas Road for about $3,400, all told, to kind of broaches the $10,000 mark, and then going forward with a couple more, some things we have planned going forward. By the end of the year, will be around $25,000. So I made the total request for $25K. Excuse me.
I'm sorry, is part of that last year work and part of this year work? I'm still a bit confused.
Last year, yeah, I have a 12,800 that was a carryover. That basically we had the PO. The PO expired because the work wasn't completed because it was in an operating account, and then we just re-upped the PO. So I'm counting that as part of it, because when you look later, it'll show again. So instead of having various ones, I'd rather have just overall approval of 25K. But I'm taking out the 12.8, which leaves us with about 12.2.
Can you just, you hopefully you gave us the miscellaneous work in 24 and 23, much higher. What, was that just more projects or is this, why is it? low?
Yeah, just more projects. There was some substantial work that we had to do over at the Nature Center. One to do some wetland work that was there. So we had to survey both parcels, the entire parcels. And then if you remember, we combined the lots. So there was some additional work that was there. He had survey work at Waveney for the western parking lot, at Lapham for the western parking lot, Capo Field, all of those. So that's kind of all inclusive. So we did a lot of planning last year and the year prior.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we've discussed trying to figure out if actually hiring, like having a full-time surveyor. And, every time we look at these numbers, it's close, but it's probably not there yet because
You need a much bigger number, I think. to
yeah,
justify
and
that.
you need a crew to really do this work
Yeah.
too. I mean, you need the guys in the field plus the guys in the office. I mean, it's a whole, it's a pretty big undertaking.
Yeah, like one person can't do it.
Right,
You need
right,
multiple people.
right.
Prior to in 25 years ago, we did have a crew. We had a survey crew, and then it phased itself out for that exact reason. It's just not enough work. Back then, we were doing a lot of road layout, things of that nature. Now it's pretty much the network's taken care of. So now it's just spot surveys here and there going forward. So it's not, and the technology is changing, and to try to stay with the technology is would be an expensive prospect. Now they're looking at surveys via drone, which is a new technology. So, which is actually a huge cost saving measure and very, it's turning out to be excellent, but it's just again, same thing, a little bit more expensive.
Yeah.
And I
Just
think
break all our residents out.
possibly, yeah.
Like you're in Jersey.
All right.
All right.
And RKW has done great work over the years and they're very reliable. They've been great.
He picks up the phone and he responds immediately, which is exactly what we want. And his prices are very reasonable.
All right.
All right. So if I could get a motion to approve a request from the Department of Public Works for a blanket purchase order with RKW Land Surveying in the amount of $25,000. The work entails the survey work related to various projects in town.
So moved.
Second.
It's unanimous. Thank you.
Rank now or?
Yeah, why don't we do the rink now? Thanks.
So this next one is for a request for basically with the to reimburse the rink, New Canaan Rink for work that or items that they paid for that were kind of either joint or in essence a responsibility of the town or coming out of a grant for the town. The first was we purchased jointly two light towers with the rink for a total of $12,000. We were going to share that cost, $6,000 a piece. The rink actually went and purchased the equipment. We came to the selectmen at that time. This was back in November of 2022. Our mechanics looked at it. Everything was perfect. And then we were going to split the cost. Town gets to use it 9 months a year. Rink gets to use it 3 months a year. So it was a very good idea. Now we just need to reimburse the rink for the $6,000 purchase. And then the second was we had a purchase order with Thin Ice Management, which is the rink director, person who manages the rink for them. We were to pay in 4 invoices of $10,000 a piece. The unfortunate occurrence was that when they submitted their invoices to us to pay out of the grant that we have for the rink, they duplicated an invoice number. And then when we asked them to change that, they duplicated an invoice date and a payment amount or a payment installment. Instead of being installment number 4, they said it was installment number 3. So we had a series of issues going back and forth to try to get the invoice paid. In the interim, the rink paid Thin Ice Management directly. Now we have to reimburse the rink for the $10,000. So that's.
So the one thing I'm a little confused on is that I thought the rink was operating in a completely self-sustaining manner. So
Yes, they had a grant, a $200,000 grant to help them kick off and operate. And that grant had to come to the town.
So this is being paid through the grant money of the town.
It's not coming out of
Okay.
right.
That's an important question.
Yeah. No, it is.
Oh,
because that was part of the-
to be self-sustaining.
Yes.
Paying out of, since that's a shared cost, we're paying out of ours, for clarification, but the $10,000 is coming out of their grant that we're managing for them. So we have to reimburse them for it.
Yeah. the 6,000, so this is written a little funny because we're really today only improving the 10,000 and the 6,000.
Correct.
Not 40 and
No.
12.
Got it.
So the 12 is us paying for something that they purchased, but we're sharing usage. So we bought one of the two because we use the two
Yep,
and when they're
yep.
not using it, but so it was a win-win.
And so the money to purchase our half, well, the
Right.
one, that came from
That's coming out of
some
our
of your
accounts.
budget, right.
Yes.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Thank
I
you.
mean, the light towers make total sense because otherwise they'd be sitting around. I mean, we can use them 4th of July, we
Right.
can use them, all year round. So
Right.
that makes a lot of sense.
And ours were actually of a older vintage, so we were looking to replace anyways. So it was actually a perfect scenario.
So, I would just love to make this a little clearer in our minutes. And in the portable light towers, note that that's coming from the operating budget and it's split with the New Canaan ice rink. And then that the 10,000, not 40, is coming from a grant. Just so we are clear.
Yeah.
We're clear.
Yeah.
Okay. So if there are no further questions, if I could get a motion to approve a request from the Department of Public Works to reimburse New Canaan Rink for the following purchases. And it says the funds are available and I guess you have that in the note. I guess it's in the note, available in rink grant fund and DPW budgets. United Rentals, $6,000. Thin Ice Management, $10,000.
Do you want to say 6,000 from the Department of Public Works
Yeah.
budget?
Yeah.
And Thin Ice Management, 10,000 from the rink grant fund?
Great. That's great. Okay. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
It's unanimous. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's nice it's finally open.
Yes. 50-degree weather, 60-degree weather, but yeah.
Yeah, and rain, right?
Right.
All right.
Yeah, and they're out there skating.
Yeah.
Not me, but they were, it was cold.
All right. Next item, wastewater treatment building improvement project.
Right, so, building's going on 27, 28 years old now. And, things are starting to show a little wear and tear.
Can you get closer to the mic?
I'm sorry.
today. I think we're back.
Okay. All right, welcome back, everyone. We are on agenda item 7 or 8, whatever.
Seven.
Wastewater treatment building improvement project. We have discussed the RD Weiss for the flooring, and that came through a Sourcewell contract. We're on to the Central Connecticut Acoustics.
Which we received 3 quotes from, they were being the lowest. They've also done work for the town before, and they do very good quality work. We'd like to also continue with Darien Electric for 3625, just for labor only. They've done a lot of work for us over the years, as everybody knows, and they know our buildings inside and out. And then F&M Electric, directly purchasing from them the light fixtures. So there's no markup involved there. So for 1729. So all in is 72,376.20, whereas for $2,623 project contingency for a total request of 74,999.20. We have $75,000 in the approved capital budget for that work.
Are we gonna, Deanna, enter the other 2 quotes for,
Yeah, we are
Yeah.
in possession, so we'll have
Yeah,
to put
Tiger
those
Air,
into the minutes.
So we'll
We
add
have
this.
extra quotes that we need to
Oh.
add to the minutes. Okay, and then I'm sorry, what was the difference? Why are you using Darien and F&M? What's the difference between what they're doing?
Once,
The electricians who do the labor, F&M Electrical Supplies is a supply house where
Oh,
we buy
okay, so
parts
they're
from.
providing the actual,
Yeah, we're buying directly.
Okay.
Okay,
okay, sorry, I just
It
missed
works good for us doing it that way.
that. Okay.
So Bill, this is for the inside of the building?
Yes.
What's the shape of the shell, the roof, windows on this building? Are we good?
Yes. We did solar, I think we did solar on that roof too. and
Okay, we
did-
put new roof and
Looking
solar
into it, we
in.
didn't do it yet.
We didn't do it yet, right? Overall, the building's in a pretty good shape there. It's well maintained.
Roof's got a couple more years left in it.
Yeah, we did a survey in
We
that
were
while
gonna
ago.
do solar, but we would have to rip the roof off and put a new one on.
Right,
and
you
we had
never
too
wanna
much
do that,
time.
yeah.
We had too much time left in that roof, about 7 years plus. It's an excellent roof,
Mhm.
so we're keeping it.
So we have 7 more years left on that roof, probably.
That was at the time, probably
Oh.
about 5 more now.
5, okay.
when we walked through with Jim Himes a few months back, the interior of the building appeared pretty good. I mean, the paint looked
Yeah.
pretty good, but you could tell the floor was worn, the ceiling was worn,
Yeah,
it was,
it's 27, 28
Yeah,
years
we're
old
tired.
of traffic and it's just inherently goes down. We stripped the floor many times to recoat it, repolish and everything. There's only sometimes you can strip it down before you're back down to the concrete. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's time.
Okay,
And it's in the budget, right?
Yes.
It's
Yep.
planned.
all right. So if I could get a motion to approve a request from the Department of Public Works to enter into contracts with the following vendors: RD Weiss for $48,422.20, Central Connecticut Acoustics, $18,600, Darien Electric, $3,625, F&M Electric, $1,729, for a project of $72,376.20, adding in a contingency of $2,623 for a total project of $74,999.20.
so moved. Oh.
Sorry, the project entails the removal and installation of the floors, ceiling tiles, LED lights, and associated labor at the wastewater treatment building.
So moved.
Second,
It's unanimous. Thank you.
thanks a lot.
All right, Cheryl, GovInvest.
You want to make copies of that for Tucker?
Uh,
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be great. Thanks.
You want to scan it for you?
Yeah, or you want to give them to me?
Thank you.
Thanks, Bill.
thank you.
Thanks, Bill.
Okay, good morning.
Morning.
Okay, GovInvest is a new technology in helping HR rise to the challenges of our times by ensuring that New Canaan stays competitive in a tight labor market through data-driven benefits and salary information. Compensation data loses relevance after 6 months, and this data is uploaded now, will be uploaded every 6 months. This program will help us look at area towns' data on benefits, sick and vacation time, pay scales, and union contracts. So in speaking with them, they have just come into Connecticut. They are working very closely with CCM, which is the Conference on Municipalities, and trying to get a contract for all Connecticut towns. In the interim, we are looking to jump in sooner to get our benefits uploaded and be prepared for union negotiations, bringing in new staff and being able to make sure that our staff that we have are currently being paid at the right rate. So we had the attorneys look at the contract. They came back with a couple comments. We made some changes and we're looking at entering into a contract just for a year.
And I wanted to echo, so Cheryl and I met with the representatives from GovInvest because there's so many times when I'm asking for salary comparisons and benefit comparisons, and then, you know, Cheryl and her staff are having to go out and because CCM's data is not great.
Right.
It's not accurate. I've known that from being on the Board of Ed. It was terrible then. And I think that this would be a great tool for us to be able to be more competitive, and obviously we are going into negotiations in a year.
Correct. And we get to pick 10 towns that we'll compare to. And so they will go out and get that information and then we will compare to them. And then they upload anything new every 6 months. So the information doesn't get stale. We have done 2 salary surveys. The first one we did now was probably about 12 years ago. It cost us $32,000. The data was no good after 6 months. And then we did one 2 years ago and that cost us $12,000. So they're expensive to do and it's hard to keep the data relevant.
And so will this be an annual expense for us maintaining this?
So we are hoping that CCM will contract with them. And if they do, CCM.
No.
No.
CCM.
That CCM will contract with them, and then instead of us paying $10,000 a year, it will be $10,000 for 3 years.
Oh.
So we have a part in the contract that if that happens, we will be able to jump on that.
Yeah, and if they don't, it will probably be a 10,000 a year, but it's
Exactly.
cheaper than we did before.
Absolutely.
But I
And
think
it gives us-
importantly,
it
it
gives us a-
allows you to know what the market is. So, you know, be fair to our employees, but to attract people appropriately. Now, will this cover like the library and stuff like that? Because is that part of, I only ask that because they always talk about.
Yeah,
it's
no.
difficult for them.
I mean, if other towns have a library, we
Right.
could get that information, but no. The other part that will be nice is we'll be able to look at sick and vacation balances. What do other towns give? Health benefits, so that if we're low on sick time, we may give more benefits. So we're able to kind of see what we compare to in our area. Because right now, all towns are struggling, especially to get certain positions. So
In terms of, to cover non-union and union, so we can fire, so we'll be able to see not only with salaries, but how our benefits align with theirs. So it's like a whole package view.
correct, we are going out and we will have information on 100 different salary titles.
Great.
So when you sat with them, so it's different when, like, let's say you as HR for New Canaan calls the HR director in Wilton and says, hey, I need a breakdown of your salaries. Could you send it over? That's sort of a relationship that's been there for a long time, as opposed to an outside company, which calls you and says, hey, Cheryl, we're from XYZ survey company. Can you send us 100? It just seems, how is that going to be as accurate as you need and want it to be?
Deanna actually asked that question. So what they're using actually AI to go into town websites, because all of this information is there.
Right.
But every website does it differently. Every town does it differently. So they will be pulling it from there. I have a group of Fairfield County HR directors. I will let them know that we're doing this and to work with this company, which is what we get emails all the time. But the problem is Wilton does it, and then a year later, Darien does it, and now we'll do it. And so this will be nice to just keep the data updated.
That's great. I mean, it's a great solution. It's been an issue for a long time.
It has.
If it works, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we are hoping that we will jump in and this will be a good tool for us.
Do you have a sense of other towns jumping in, thinking this is awesome?
Field, they just went live and they love it. So that was the one call, and Glastonbury. They're just starting to come in out of Fairfield County, and Weston, Wilton, and Darien are looking at it. So,
Well, if it works, it's a good deal.
Yeah.
It's a good deal.
And it would be great if so
CC
many of us joined in,
Yeah.
that we don't have to contribute this much.
Take everyone's time, even if you can
Right.
get it, it sucks up a lot of time.
Right.
to get the information.
that's the salary survey. But again, for CCM, by the time they get our information and they get it uploaded, it's a year and a half outdated. And so it doesn't help.
Great.
All right.
Okay. All right, if I could get a motion to approve a request from the Human Resources Director to enter into a one-year contract with GovInvest in the amount of $13,000 for live compensation comparison and data in similar towns. The contract includes $3,000 for initial setup and $10,000 for the database management and reporting.
So moved.
Second,
It's unanimous.
where's the money coming from this? Is it in your budget or is it?
Have it in an insurance budget, so it's in the current budget, so we don't need to go through the boards.
Okay,
Thanks.
Thank
Cheryl.
you.
Okay. Moving on to appointments. If I could, we have a number of appointments today. Some of them are just renewals and we have a few new appointments. So we'll just go one by one.
John Knight is online. Scott is
Yep, I see. So thank you very much. Okay, so the first appointment is for Parks and Recreation Commission for the appointment of David P. Shea and Brittany E. Singer for 3-year terms ending December 1st, 2027. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second,
It's unanimous. So Health and Human Services, John, do you want to come online just since you're here? So this, the appointment of John Knight for a 3-year term ending December 1st, 2026. I just want to give him the opportunity. Hey, John.
Hey, good
Thanks.
morning.
Morning,
And
John.
thank you for all your service to the town.
No, thank
really
you. And
blessed.
I'm looking forward to doing whatever I can to help out with Health and Human Services.
People are excited that you know, for your potential appointment. So
Thank you.
could I get a motion to approve John Knight?
So moved.
second.
It's unanimous. Congratulations. Thank
Thanks,
you
John.
very much.
We need a lot of support after Harrison left there. We're gonna need Dr. Pierce.
That's
Well,
right.
that-
big
Those are
shoes.
some big shoes.
I was going to say, we need several of us to do that.
Take care.
Thank you.
All right, Audit Committee, this is a reappointment of Bill Bradley for a 3-year term ending December 1st, 2027.
So moved.
Second,
It's unanimous. Board of Finance, a reappointment of Maria Weingarten and Chris Labrise as regular members for 4-year terms ending November 15th, 2028. This needs to still be confirmed by the town council.
So moved.
I want to move this one for my
Oh,
own
yeah. Oh,
haunch.
yeah, go
I
ahead.
worked with
Good.
both these guys. They're
Yeah,
great.
yeah. That's
So-
right. Go
So
ahead.
moved.
I'll
Okay.
second that.
All right. Planning and Zoning, appointment of Bill Pratt and Megan Menching as alternate members for 2-year terms ending December 1st, 2025.
So moved.
Second,
It's unanimous. Historic District Commission. This would be the appointment of Scott Phillips for a 4-year term ending November 15th, 2027. Scott, why don't you come up to the table since you're here?
Do you need to add alternates to the one before? Jessica and.
Oh,
Cynthia?
no, that's zoning ZBA. It's ZBA.
sorry.
Thank you.
I should have stayed at home.
Since you braved the elements to come here, I just want to thank you for your willingness to serve on the Historic District Commission. I had the opportunity to meet Scott, and he's a local architect and has an interest in historic preservation. So,
I'm happy to
perfect place.
apply my experience,
yeah, well, we're blessed to have you.
years worth of working with zoning boards, landmark commissions, historic districts, and I think I can apply that here. Love to offer my services.
Not to be a broken record, we are so lucky in this
I know.
town. I mean, you know, the bench we have of all these people volunteering. I mean, Steve and I keep going. It's just amazing. Thank you. Thank you. It's
You're
great.
welcome.
Thank you. Stepping up.
Okay,
Appreciate
if I
it.
can get a motion to approve Scott Phillips for a 4-year term ending November 15th, 2027.
Enthusiastically. Yes.
Second,
It's unanimous.
Thank you,
Okay.
Scott.
Now this one's gonna be a little, let me get my little cheat sheet here, sorry. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I would like to, the next one is for Zoning Board of Appeals. This would be for the reappointment of Luke Tastian for a 2-year term ending December 1st, 2025. The reappointment of Rich Caratu for a 2-year term ending December 1st, 2026. The reappointment of Chad Bush as an alternate member for a 2-year term ending December 1st, 2026. the reappointment of Cynthia Dahl and Jessica Corden as alternate members for a 2-year term ending December 1st, 2025.
Well, that's a lot.
Yes, I still have to find, I haven't connected with one of the members still. There's one more reappointment for that board,
Okay.
but I did reach out, so hopefully
So moved.
Second,
it's
Very,
unanimous.
very important. The
Yes,
ZBA
it is. They've been
important.
very active recently. I watched their, okay.
And, you know, and to Amy's point, I feel like.
Oh, I missed, sorry, page
Oh,
2,
do
I
we have
missed,
more?
sorry, more ZBA, I missed on the back.
Great.
Also, sorry, and also for ZBA, the appointment of Alex Schneider, moving him from an alternate member to a regular member for a 2-year term ending December 1st, 2026.
So moved.
second,
It's unanimous. For the Conservation Commission, the reappointment of Ann Silvio for a 2-year term ending December 1st, 2026.
So moved.
second,
And for the Ethics Board, the reappointment of John Fulkerson for a 3-year term ending December 1st, 2027.
And that's also got to be confirmed by
Yes.
town council.
Yes, that does.
Okay. So moved.
second.
It's unanimous.
And just, you know, all of these positions that we did, and as Amy said, the talent is amazing. Remember, they're replacing folks who have served this town for whether it be 1 term, 2 terms, 3 terms, several terms,
Decade.
a
Yeah.
decade, over a decade. So those folks out there that have put that amount of time in, I mean, we can't thank them enough for the service that they've given this town. And it's a remarkable town in terms of volunteerism. And that's what we're built on. That's what we're known for. So thank you to everybody who has served and who has stepped up to serve. Really
And let's
impressive.
hope the ethics board is not busy.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Well, and it was just interesting. Last night, I attended the officer elections for inland wetlands. And the current chair who is stepping down, Dan, I'm having him, Dan Stepanek. He was chair of inland wetlands. He's staying on the commission for 18 years.
That's crazy.
18 years.
That's a long
We
time.
are so blessed.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. So anyway, so he has stepped down and we have a new chair. So, all right. Contracts under review for anything under $10,000. Do I have any questions? Okay,
Didn't see anything.
all right. Then if we can move on to legal bills. You have any questions? If not, I could get a motion to approve.
How are we trending on the legal stuff?
We are, if you see, we have a budget of 400,000 and FY to date, we've spent 130, 205. So we still have a budget with a half a year to go of more than half. So
Negotiations.
269. Yes,
So the negotiations.
that'll be, yes.
Is that separate
It'll
budget or is-
start,
is
it'll
it-
start in March,
Yeah,
but
so-
it'll be part this year, probably part next year.
Okay, so, so we
Yeah,
know we're
We've
gonna
got
have
some,
deeper expenses going forward.
yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's, I mean, it's good. We still have some powder. You know,
Yep.
sometimes when we get to this point of the year and we
Yeah,
don't have as much, so.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good.
all right.
okay.
Like government.
So if I could get a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second,
It's unanimous. And for selectmen comments, this is our last meeting before the holidays. I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, or Happy Holidays. And also a huge shout out to New Canaan High School football team for winning the Class L title this past weekend. I heard it was rather chilly.
But it wasn't rainy like.
No, turkey boil was brutal. And just, wishing both of you the best this holiday season.
it's been a good year.
It has been
Thanks,
a good
guys.
year. We're very
Yeah.
fortunate to have each other on
Yeah.
this board, so,
Yeah.
and all the great staff, so. Anything else?
That's it. Just, everybody have a Merry Christmas.
Yes, all
and a
right,
Happy New Year. We'll see you in 2025.
yeah, starting with the budget. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
It's unanimous, thank you.